With Halloween fresh in our minds, the Theatre Guild of Webster Groves is presenting Dracula, in the version on which the famous 1931 movie was based. The adaptation by Hamilton Dean premiered in England in 1924 and was revised for American audiences 3 years later by John L. Balderston. Dracula was played on Broadway by Bela Lugosi, who went on to play the same part in the film. I've seen this version of Dracula a number of times on stage, but one element was new to me in the current production. A woman played the title role. I welcome this decision by Justin Reichmuth because a female Dracula emphasizes an element of the story that I found very powerful when I read the Bram Stoker novel on which the play is based, its sexual subtext. The novel is informed by a morbid fear of female desire. The women under Dracula's control lose all of their inhibitions, an intolerable state for the men who care about them. The fact that Dracula is a woman at the Theatre Guild makes her appeal even more of a threat to the men. The Dean Balderston version compresses the novel even more than the film does. Dracula is already in England at the start of the play, having moved into a place near the home of Dr. Seward, which is adjacent to the sanatorium the doctor runs. Seward's daughter Lucy has just begun to exhibit the symptoms of a strange malady that has already taken the life of another young woman named Mina. She grows weaker and weaker as if she were anemic, but her blood was normal when it was tested. Transfusions brought only temporary relief. And then there were those 2 marks on her throat, 2 little white dots with red centers. After exhausting his own medical knowledge in treating both women, Seward enlists the help of his friend Van Helsing, who is said to know more about mysterious diseases than anyone alive. Even so, I'm sure everyone in the audience knows what's going on long before Van Helsing does. Elizabeth Nock makes the title role her own. She emphasizes Dracula's sexual allure by making the vampire attractive rather than creepy. It's a completely fresh and convincing interpretation. Ben Ritchie is a beacon of integrity as Van Helsing. Rachel Bailey is a sympathetically afflicted ingenue as Lucy. The depth of her fiancé's concern for her is evident in Maxwell Knox's intense portrayal of John Harker. Mark A. Neals has fun with the eccentricities of Dracula's disturbed acolyte Renfield, who thinks he can prolong his life by absorbing others. Steve Garrett has a properly English manner as Dr. Seward. Laura Gibbons and Brad Kinzel perform well in small parts. Contributions to the atmosphere for A Tale of Terror were made by Daniel Ludwig's set, Nikki Newcomb's costumes, Carl Wickman's lighting, and live music by Kate Arendes and Owen Ragland. I'm just sorry this production came too late to be included in our special Boo on the Aisle episode.
Yes, it is too bad. But it's interesting how persistent this vampire myth is in the popular imagination.
Yes, and it was nice to see it again.
Yeah.